Hi, FlossTube. It's Elisa from Dragon Stitches. Happy Monday! Actually, it was Happy Monday for me. We had the day off from school because our teachers had a PD day. Who knew they do that in college? I'm just so stoked. It was great sending the kid off to school and knowing I wouldn't have to go to school today. Anyway, that's my, stellar parenting moment of the day. Anyway, I've had a very hard time staying awake today. I wanted to make this video a lot sooner in the day, but I've been having weird sleep issues, so I've been sleepy like all day. And anyway, so it is what it is. It's a new week. I got some stitching done over the weekend. I've now figured out that weekend is going to be basically my stitchy time. Because during the week, if I can keep up during the week and not have too much homework on the weekend, I can get tons of stitching done, like you'll see, but not always on the project I want to be working on. Anyway, any life updates? No, not really. School's the same, living situations but the same. Everything's pretty much status quo. I'm looking at possibly getting a day job when I go to evening classes. Sorry, the puppy decided to come and say hi. And yeah, because I'm going to evening classes here in the next 2 weeks. 2 weeks. 2 weeks, and I get my computer. I'm so happy. I'm paying for it as part of the tuition, but you don't get it for the first 2 months. So, or the first 6 months. You have to do the intro part of the course, and then you do the you move into the evenings, and when you move into the evenings, you get your computer. I don't know why I'm explaining this to you. I'm all over the place today. So, when we left our hero, I was working on Sailor Moon, and that's what I started working on this weekend on Saturday. Bright and early, started stitching on her. Oh, I got a long piece there. So, here, look at it. So, I'm having some issues with this. I'll get into it after, but I'll just show you what I did. So, I finished her eyes. Aren't they amazing? They have so much depth. Do you know why they have so much depth? They have 4 freaking shades of blue in them. I'm not kidding. And 2 of the shades are almost exactly that color blue. So it was not fun to work with, but the result is so striking. I love it. I love it so much. It looks so good. The other problem I'm having, which is actually, it's not going to show up well on this, I should have checked. But, okay, so I finished the eyes, and there's white as well. So there's like 3 shades of blue and then white for the highlights. And I don't know if you can see, but her face is all outlined in this orange color. But of course okay, so I may have just answered my own question. The problem I'm having is this color orange that is outlining everything. It's basically the shadow for her skin tone. And it looks, to me, it's bright orange. Like, it is really, 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 really bright. But of course, on here, maybe it is. Maybe it shows it. Maybe if I took this, you might be able to see it better. Maybe not. Okay. Anyway, it looks wrong. And as well as, I just started putting some of the light skin tone here, and that looks yellow. That does not look skin tone at all. So I went back and looked, because this is a pattern I got from Reddit. The pattern maker made it from a game sprite, pixel art, the new age cross stitch, basically. Cross stitch is literally pre-digital pixel art. That's what it is. Anyway, and so she posted her And I'm going to show you the picture. I got a picture of her progress. I'm not showing you her finished piece. I'm showing you a piece that best shows this part that I'm having an issue with. So I went back onto her posts about when she posts her progress pictures on Reddit, and I found this picture. And, okay, there we go. Can you see the outline there? It does not look like this bright, bright orange. It doesn't. It looks like a coral color, which is actually what it's called. I went and looked it up. It's DMC 351. If I bring out the bobbin. There we go. There's the bobbin. So, of course, now it does not look near as bright. So that's 351. Of course, it's going to completely wash it out and ruin this whole point of asking this on video. Maybe I just need to, like, work on it in the bright, bright light. But anyway, this looks orange. This, which is the border part between the red and the skin tone. And look at the skin tone. That looks like skin tone. This looks yellow. It looks yellow. It does not look right. It doesn't look right. I don't know what it is. There's something about the tones of these. Now I'm looking at it because I also looked up what 351 is supposed to look like. So that's, of course, the glare from everything is going to make it look washed out. But that's what it's supposed to look like, and that's what it looks like. And I guess it looks exactly the same on the computer. So you guys aren't going to be helpful at all in this. Anyway, all I know is that in real life, to my natural naked eye, this color is not right. And this kind of contrast here between the shadow and the skin tone is not right. And I'm using the colors that are charted. I don't know what the heck is going on. It's really frustrating. So I finished her eyes, which took forever because I had to continue to stop and change color for like a dozen stitches and then change color for another dozen stitches and pain in my butt. But the eyes look amazing. Everything else just, I don't know. I couldn't keep working on it because I just got discouraged because her face is going to be orange and yellow, and I don't like that. That's not good. I swear she's going to be the UFO. She's going to become a UFO, and I really don't want her to be because I love her. I think she's going to look amazing when finished. If I can just get the colors right. They don't look right. They don't look right. Maybe I'll post some pictures. Maybe I'll see if I can get some pictures that look more correct. Anyway, so yes, oh, look how great her eyes look even from that distance. Yes, I may complain, but the 4 different colors of blue definitely make her eyes look so animated. It looks really cool. So there's bits of her I love, and then there's bits of her that I just don't like. The colors just do not come together for me on her, and that's a lot of work. I don't know if you can see. Well, for me anyway. All that orange is traced all around her head and the bottom of her bangs, and a little bit here in her heart. But that's a lot of work, and it's 18 count Ada, and it's not. It's getting hard to work on. Because I'm doing it 2 over 1, and it's certain parts where there's still a little bit of confetti left. It's getting really hard to go in there and do that confetti. So I am puzzled as to what I should do with this. If I should just keep trekking on and hopefully in the end it will all look correct, or if I should start fixing colors and changing some of the colors up and maybe screw it up more. I don't know. I can't really think about that right now. So I was just like, I'm just going to put it away. I'm just not going to deal with that anymore right now. So unfortunately, she's going to go to bed for a little bit until I figure out what the heck to do with her. Yeah, but that led me to searching my stash and figuring out what I want to work on next. So I really, really wanted to work on my Storytime sampler from Frosted Pumpkin, but it is still missing here in the abyss that is my apartment somewhere. It is here. I know it is. It has to be. I can't have thrown it away. I will freak out if I ended up accidentally throwing it away. I really will, because it was my second attempt on that, and I finally got it on a piece of fabric that I really loved. So that's one of the one I really wanted to work on. I was going to pull out my... It's not easy being human, so let's be dragons. I can't remember exactly the saying. The one I made for the stitching out stigma, which I never got completed. Wow, this video is turning into a real like bummer. That's not cool. Okay, so I was like, yeah, I kind of don't want to work on that one. It's all hand-dyed thread, and I'm at the widest part of the dragon, and it's just lines of the same color, and I just don't think I have that in me. So I was tempted by my pre-printed Chinese kit, but I have to stitch over 3, and I don't really like stitching over 3. Anyway, to make a long story short, so I finally picked out what I was going to start, and I didn't need a new start. It's not supposed to be, I'm not doing the year starts, year finishes. Remember, I'm not supposed to have a new start. And I'm already going to have a new start when Dragon Rider comes in, so, or the floss for Dragon Rider comes in. Ooh, that's what else I need to show you. Anyway, so I had this kit. I bought it last summer, fall kind of idea, after seeing it on the air. And it's for my daughter because she's obsessed with white tigers. So it is Design Works. Ooh, that's glary. Okay. Ooh, even worse. Okay. Silly. Definitely be taking this out of the glary plastic. Okay, here we go. Design Works Tiger of the Heavens. Full kit with all the flosses and everything. All the flosses came on this flimsy card. I wrote down all the symbols on them so we don't have to keep going back and checking what symbol is which number and all that. So on Saturday, when I finally decided to give up on Sailor Moon, I pulled this guy out and I went to start him, and he has a nice big pattern. It's all folded up here, but it's, I mean, a big piece of paper, right? Like this. I'm not going to show the pattern side, but basically the pattern is on the other side, about this size. So I just started it on the paper pattern, and this was probably about, oh gosh, 3 or 4 in the afternoon, and I started it, and I got 7 stitches in, and I'm like, I can't do this. Every 5 seconds to check my stitches, I was having to bring it up like to this, because the teeny tiny little itty bitty symbols. So I had already scanned it, the pieces in for this. I had to make it do it in multiple pieces because it's such a huge, on such a big piece of paper. And I had done that weeks ago when I was going through my stash and kind of, I don't know, just playing with my stuff without actually, I don't know if you guys ever do that. You just kind of go through your stash and do all the non-stitchy stuff, like, oh, I got a bunch of stuff to bobbinate, or I can really sort these threads in this kit. I don't actually want to start it, but if it's sorted, it'll be easier to start. That kind of thing. But I never put it actually together. So I fire up Photoshop. Oh man, I did not realize how high def these scans I had got. I was trying to save or convert it into PDF. And so anyway, I ended up stitching it all together, and I was really impressed with how I was able to get it all kind of lined up. Almost. There's one part that's a little wonky, but I can still make it out. And, oh, what's that? Oh, someone was having a bad dream. Oh, Dobie knows. Anyway, So I had it all lined up, and I went to start saving it, and I went to save it the first time. It was like over 100 megs, and okay, 100 megs for a picture is insane. Like, it is absolutely ridiculous. You hardly get pictures up to a meg. So I was like, oops. It was like, I think the resolution was like something ridiculous, like 80 or 8,000 by 7,000. No, 8,000 by 6,000, I think, pixels. High definition is 1920 by 1080p. So, I mean, it was way beyond high def. So I spent probably about a good 2 hours just trying to shrink that thing down because Photoshop was just totally just grinding my computer away. Finally, it was around dinner time. I finally got around to stitching, and then I had to make dinner. So after dinner, I came back to the stitching, and I continued again, and I went kind of nuts. I started in the middle, so I'm going to show you what I have so far. This is done on the 14 count navy Ada. I hope you can see this. See? Oh my god. His face. So I got all that done. I started down here. Ooh, right down here. That's the middle. And then I did this, just grew. It's all one color so far, and they're all pretty grouped pretty nicely. So it's been a really fun and very quick stitch so far. I mean, that's insane. His head is so much bigger than I thought it was going to be. I mean, look at it here. That does not look like it should be this big. Like, no, that does not look right. So I'm really worried if they actually gave me enough. There's not a lot of Ada here on the side, if you'll see. But I guess his head is most of the picture, so I don't know. I feel like they haven't given enough Ada. It's something. Or I put it, oh, don't tell me I stitched it wrong. I thought it was square. No. Okay, it's square. It's 13 inches by 13 inches. Square, so it didn't matter which way I put it. Thank goodness. But yeah, I'm just really hoping there's going to be actually some left over on the edges. Now I'm kind of worried about it. Anyway, that's how much I got done. So that's Tiger of Heaven. And I think this is going to be my new work on it until Dragon Rider gets here. Because it's really fun to stitch. And I know I was showing this on Stitch Mania, and people were like, I have that kit. I have that kit. I have that kit. Yeah, you guys should start this. It's a really fun stitch. Even though it's kind of wonky with, Big Tiger hugging the world with Cosmos and Nebula in the background. My daughter says it's because tigers deserve to take over the world because they're the greatest animal ever. So, take that as you will. But yeah, I'm getting really happy that I decided to start him. And that he was here. He was a relatively cheap kit, too, if I remember. He was like at least not more than $20. So, yep, I'm really happy. So I have another start, which I probably shouldn't have. But, what can you do when you're a stitcher? What else do I want to talk about? Dragon Rider. Dragon Rider is going well. Well, it's not going well. Well, that's what it was. I knew there was something I just wanted to talk to you about Dragon Rider. Sorry, that's just moving the coffee table. Come here. Aha. It's my big bag. You guys have seen it before. Where is it? My big bag of stitchy stuff. Wonder Woman. As lovely as Aphrodite, as fierce as Athena. Wonder Woman. Can't find it. Where did it go? Not there. Not there. This is very gas for not keeping this place tidier. This is embarrassing. Hold on. Did I just miss it in here? Nope. 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 didn't. I have misplaced it completely. Holy cow, how did I manage that? Anyway, it's not that exciting. I don't even know why I'm getting upset. It's basically the piece of fabric for Dragon Rider showed up. And it's 25 count, Magic Guide, even weave. I think it's DMC. I got it from the Charting Creation site. With the other part of the gift certificate I got from my secret stitcher. So yeah. I've already cut it down a little bit because the piece I got was a little extra big. I think there's about 4 inches on each side, or not that much, 5 inches on each side that, or on the top or side and bottom that I could get rid of. So I cut those off mainly because I'm going to do a bunch of swatches and color fast the threads I'm getting, do color fast tests and stuff, and I also want to do swatches so I could do what? Oh, so I could test which kind of stitch I want to do it in, because I'm not sure yet if I want to do it in 1/1 full crosses or try 10 stitching, which I need to look. I think there is a 10 stitching parking video out there somewhere. I don't remember where I saw it, but I'm pretty sure I did see it somewhere on FlossTube. And because I need to wrap my head around, because I know you have to stitch them in such a way to redistribute the tension so they don't go, so you don't warp the cloth, and as you do if you just do regular half stitches and come down, you have to kind of do half stitch and then go back over and do the other half stitch. I can't. I've looked at diagrams and stuff, but I don't know how that works if you're doing it confetti wise. Like, how do you do those? I guess they don't cause much tension if you're just doing confetti. I guess it's big blocks of it would cause. I don't know. So I'm going to do a little bit more research before that happens. Secret Stitcher is well. There are very few people left who have not at least gotten notice that their gift is being shipped. And those few people who haven't received a gift, I'm going to be doing. I have some people lined up who are willing to be regifters. So I've given the original gifters a deadline, and once that passes, I'm going to be setting up the regifters, which, I don't like anyone not getting anything. I think that's, I don't know. I was really stoked for this project. I was really stoked for it, and I still am, and I knew there was never 100% chance that everyone would get a gift the first go. I knew it was asking a little too much, but I was really hoping, with the stitching community being so friendly and generous and wonderful, I was really hoping that there would be less Grinches out there, basically. So anyway, it is what it is. I still think it is a success, so only time will tell if I actually decide to do another one. We'll see. Not sure if I'm there yet. It was a good experiment, but we'll see if it's worth doing again. I think that's it. God, what is it with me in these really short videos? I still want to do a vlog at some point, and you guys don't have to watch it. I already explained that it's probably not going to be very much stitchy stuff, so, but I haven't really gotten a chance to do that, so not yet. One day. Okay, so I'm gonna go now, and I will probably get back probably next week. I'm liking these weekly videos. Monday seems like a good time to do them, so I only really get stitching done on the weekends, so there's really not going to be any progress until next Monday. So that's it, and Happy stitching, everyone.